Hi, this is a simple tutorial showing how to place buttons and move between scenes in Flash CS5. This is part 2. Select the next scene button. We need to add action script to it. Go to the Code Snippets menu, select Click to go to next scene and play. You can see the action script code here in the Actions menu. We already have Scene 1 and Scene 2. Let's create Scene 3. Go to Insert and click on Scene. A new scene is created. You will notice that this scene says Scene 7. To change this, go to Window, Other Panels, Scene. The Scene menu opens. Double-click on Scene 7 and type in a new name. Everything automatically updates to Scene 3. Drag the third movie clip from the library onto the main scene. Right-click on the first frame in Layer 1 and select Create Motion Tween. Right-click and select Insert Frame. Make sure all the frames are selected before inserting new frames. This extends the timeline by the number of frames you had selected. Right-click and select Insert Frame again to extend the timeline even further. We only need about 60 frames, so we'll select the excess, right-click, and select Remove Frames. Let's expand this window a little so that we can see a bit more of the timeline, so that it is easier to work with. Now click on the movie clip that you placed in the main window a little while ago. Click on frame 60, just above layer 1 in the timeline. Select the movie clip instance and move it to a new position on the stage. Play the movie to see the animation you just created in Scene 3. Create a new layer by clicking on the new layer icon at the bottom of the timeline window. Rename this layer Buttons. Create another layer and name this one Actions. Select frame 60 and add a stop action from the Code Snippets menu. This will stop the movie when the playhead reaches frame 60 in Scene 3. Now click on frame 1 and select the Buttons layer. From the library, drag the previous scene button onto the main window. Give it an instance name of Previous 3. With the button still selected, go back to the Code Snippets menu, select Go to Previous Scene and play. Make sure the Buttons layer is still selected. Then go to the library and drag an instance of the Replay button onto the scene. Give it an instance name of Replay 3. Make sure the new Replay button instance is selected. Now we'll go back to the Code Snippets menu to add some action script to our button. This time select Go to Scene and Play. With this option, we can tell the action script exactly which scene to go to. Let's expand the Actions panel to make it easier to edit the code. Navigate to the end of the code and change Scene 3 to Scene 1. This will take the playhead back to Scene 1, Frame 1. Let's test the movie. We click on the next scene in Scene 1 to go to Scene 2. We do the same thing in Scene 2 to advance to Scene 3. The Replay button should take us back to Scene 1. Perfect. Now test out each button to make sure they all work as planned. This concludes Part 2.